Hello, hello, hello. What are you pressing now?
It was on karaoke again.
Why?
I don't know.
It's still blinking that over there.
That one always blinks.
She always picks on me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gabriella's here.
Hi.
Actually, tonight you guys will be excited because I know you missed her and you missed us. But Gabriella will be discussing the topics tonight, and I will just be putting my input in.
She knows one of them. No, what?
Two.
Yeah.
Two.
She knows two of them.
Yeah. And there's a third one that she may discuss that she just found out. She was checking to see if it was AI, though, if it was an actual real story. So I'm not sure if she's going to discuss that. But while she's checking that out, okay, it is Tuesday evening. It got up to 83-ish today. It's 73 currently, and we are supposed to get down to 64. And we had bright sunny skies today. We are not supposed to have any rain until I think Friday is our biggest chance. And Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be a washout. But Saturday, we are pretty much booked over at the jail for the Ebensburg homecoming. So if you're local or if you're in the area, in Ebensburg area on Saturday, drop on by, say hi to us. It's tours, I think, all day long are only $20 each, no matter what your age is. And the paranormal is an hour and a half long, very exciting tour. Chase usually has some of his equipment out, so when you're doing the tour, if you request, he will pull out some of his equipment, and maybe you can see a little interaction with old Smitty. So it gets pretty exciting. We usually get pretty packed on those events. So if you're in the area, drop on by. We would love to see you. So with that being said, do you want to start with facts, or do you just want to go into some of these topics that you didn't pull any facts? Well, you can, or you can just tell what the topics are. Well, let's start off here before we get any further. Two things, of course, as everybody knows, the Dan Rivera slash Annabelle whole controversy thing. Let the family alone. Let him rest in peace. Mind your own business. Let the family grieve. Enough said on that. Today's big news, of course, it's a sad world. Hearing that Ozzy Osbourne, an icon in the um, metal era, has passed away. Condolences to his family. I always loved Ozzy and his music. I did see clips of his last concert there that he had, and I know those of you that saw any of that concert, especially when he sang "Mama, I'm Coming Home," it was just so. What?
I'm sorry. I just read. Just go.
Do you want to rephrase that? I'm not sure I'd want to see Chaser. Linda, come on now. Where is your mind at, woman? Anyhow, when Ozzy was singing "Mama, I'm Coming Home," it watching him and the passion and heart and soul in his eyes when he sang that song, probably his last time, because I'm sure he didn't sing it again after that. It was real touching. I think he knew. He knew that that was going to be his last concert. That was going to be his last time in front of uh, friends, family, and fans. And it just. I mean, I knew he wasn't in good shape.
Is the microphone plugged in?
No, we don't have a microphone plugged in.
Don't we always have them plugged in?
You can hear us, right?
Well, obviously they can hear us.
Yeah. But no, we don't. We only plug. Well, if we use it and we want to on.
Okay, we're good now.
We should be good. I hope this.
It's not muted.
Nobody touched any. Okay, okay, because nobody touched anything. She was pressing all the buttons again. That's what she was. You saw her with your own eyes go do 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 do.
I pressed one button and that was the off button.
Sure.
That was it.
Sure, she did.
And then somehow it turned it back on and it's now. See, now it's not showing there, but we're still heard. I don't know.
Oh my God in heaven. Okay.
It's just confusing because the microphones are plugged in, but it's not showing on the
Yeah,
display
the
that
only
we're
thing that's not
talking.
plugged in is our headphones because we have to share that one because there's not a place for two.
Yeah, I know. This is how it's usually
Yeah.
set up. But that's what I'm saying. You usually can tell how loud you are or whatever by the.
It's probably got so much dust in it because this freaking place here, living up in front of the road when they're sweeping.
Yeah,
Look at that. Yeah. Oh, ew. Needs wiped off.
That's not the reason.
I'm telling you, girl. So, okay, we're gonna try to act like we know what we're doing here today. We really are. Anyhow, getting back to see,
we're the two stooges instead of the three.
We're the entertainment. I mean, if you get bored and you want to get laughs, say, hey, we're going to go on and check those weird chicks on there tonight because they're always a laugh a minute because they screw up everything. So we'll be known as the screw up fam.
And left my canned air. Sorry, I was caught away for a few minutes. You didn't miss much.
You missed a lot, Douglas. You shouldn't have gone for even a couple minutes because you missed a lot. Same old craziness that we bring on this channel. Back to what I was saying, guys, let people rest in peace. Our deepest condolences to the Osborne family. At least from what I was reading, Ozzy, even though I think he knew he was not going to be on this earth for much longer, did get to see his baby girl, Callie, get proposed to. And her boyfriend proposed to her. It was so cute. Ozzy out to he says, "You're not marrying my daughter." And then he got down on his knee and he proposed to her. It was real touching. And they were genuinely happy to see his baby girl getting proposed to. So he got to see some really good things in his final weeks here. So, but with that being said, yeah, there's a lot of jerks on YouTube, and I mean, I don't know if anybody watched Ryan from Paranormal Theory. I watched his. He said he was supposed to do the Cambria County Jail release tonight, but last night he went on live because he had a special comment that he wanted to make, which was very touching. And there was somebody that was getting real ugly about the whole Dan Rivera thing, and he called him out on it, as he should. And so his Cambria County thing will be postponed, I think, until next Tuesday now. So, but a big kudos and shout out to Ryan from Paranormal Theory because he said what needs to be said. People need just mind your own freaking business. Let this family grieve and let poor Dan rest in peace. His job was not an easy one. He knew what he was doing. He was handling Annabelle for years and years and years. Just stop with the craziness. Let the family alone. With that being said, Gabriella will tell you how many topics did you say?
So there's 5 topics. Well, that's if I want to include the one that we just heard of.
That was pretty interesting.
I didn't find that exact thing though. I found the other one that I told you about. I don't know. We'll see.
As I said, this last topic that she was checking to see if it was just AI generated or if it was an actual topic. So
because the ones in this book that I'm going to discuss today They are real, but the person that I got them from, which I'm not gonna say his name, and he's on TikTok. I'm not gonna like out him like that so people bash him or whatever. But
No, Douglas, I think that the one that he called out last night, what it had nothing to do with the spirit box, and it had nothing to do with that. The special thing that he came out with last night was calling out a particular person that was being disrespectful. Um, but I don't really want to get into. It was not a very tasteful thing what that person did. Um, so, but regardless, like it just needs to be let go and let the family grieve. That's the bottom line. So, and it's like you said, B squared people and their manufactured drama. There's just too much drama, too much ugliness. It just, um, B squared said I missed lip reading lessons. I like that too. Okay, Gabriella, get back.
okay, so the things in this book, like I was saying, they're all factual. I did a lot of research on them. Didn't really find much because some of them are, well, most of them are like unexplained. But the guy who did his, I guess, kind of research on them, they're real topics, but he messed up a lot of the information on them, so I had to do my own research on them because what he said compared to what the research actually said was two completely different things, and I was confused. But there was like 3 videos of his that I got my information from. The book is my notes. That's
Yeah, she's talking about her notebook, not a specific book. Yeah, Doug, you're on all sides of this one. I know a lot of them too, and I'm friendly with a lot of them, but there is a line, a line of respect that you should be on, and one that you shouldn't cross, and it was crossed. It was like it's just not my opinion, like everybody, but it's whatever, like everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's what I respect, and that's what I love about our channel because we do respect everybody's opinion. We just don't. We want to avoid all the ugliness and all the drama and that is brought into this field because there's just too much of it. Between the debunking community and this person calling out that person for something and that person calling out the other person, just stop, mind your own business, and just enjoy your own channel and do your own channel, do your own thing. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. So that's how we look at it. But Gabriella, what's your first topic at hand? Doing your own research is a dying art, Gabby. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. She's been doing some research here for weeks. Actually, probably a couple months, maybe even.
yeah, several topics that we still even haven't discussed.
Yep, and just with everything that between the festival and all the things and that was going on in between. Finally, like Eric's got a couple that he wants to. I've been saying I want to do my caged graves yet. I haven't got to that one yet. And this week, it's like I said, it's going to be jam packed over at the jail. So it's just that every time we have these set things planned, something's coming in the way, pushing it and delaying things back.
And earlier, I wasn't even sure if we were going to do this because I was not feeling good. I think I ate a freaking giant burger way too fast for my little metabolism to digest. That's what everything. I think.
She told me she had a big mother burger.
It was huge. It was like half the size of my face. Like,
and she might not look it, but this girl, when she gets hungry, can pound away the food. She can really pound away the food.
It was actually really funny. I don't know if I told you this or not. When we were at Damien's like a week or so ago, he ordered pizza. And he told the guys because they went somewhere. that nobody was allowed to touch it. He wanted the first pieces. Because he was hungry. He's the one who ordered it. I wasn't told this information, so when I got it from the door and was told there was pizza coming, I grabbed 3 slices. Freaking down those things, and then I came back. And usually I'm not really that hungry over at his house, but I was starving, and so I ate 3 pieces. They came back and they're like, "What the heck?"
Whoopsie!
I'm sorry.
That was another whoopsie moment.
I'm sorry. I'm hungry. Your refrigerator.
Yeah, here you want to hear a funny story before she starts? We have a camera set up in this room. We call it the paranormal camera because, and we think Pee Wee's been visiting us, by the way.
Not just here, but over at the apartment too.
Yeah. So, but we have a camera because we get like, we're not, I've talked about orbs before, but we're not talking about like little floaty orbs. You know, people say, oh yeah, that's no, I know dust and I know orbs. These freaking orbs, some of them they'll just all go in the same direction. They'll either go up our stair steps or they'll come in here, and they're like big orbs like that, and they glow, and then they go sideways, and they just they'll go straight down or they'll go straight across, like just they're orbs. And anyhow, have this camera on. I usually, right before we go up to bed at night, I put the camera and turn it in the direction because I don't want it filming us all day when we're walking back and forth in here. Camera notifies me upstairs of movement. I look at it and here's Gabriella in the kitchen, and she must have known that the camera picked her up, and she says, like this, and then raiding the refrigerator and raiding to see what they can find, eat, and drink.
I just wanted to drink. Phil was there too, but he didn't want to be on camera. So I said, I see the blue light.
Hey, this was the first live I saw the countdown on. Oh, cool. That's cool.
Right, because he usually comes in like the middle.
He comes in later,
yep.
But he has such a weird work schedule on that. It's so hard for him, so it's such an honor. You are the one with the weird work schedule, I believe, right, Douglas? So it's always great to see.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get that song, Linda, that we played the other night I think it was on the other side. I want to get that song playing as the intro, like the countdown and then that song, but I'm not sure. I sent it to myself in my email so I can download it on the computer so we can use it. I can find it in my email on my phone, but I can't find it on the email on my computer. Yeah, see, whoops. Douglas is at work watching.
He was the last time too.
Oh, Douglas, breaking the law, breaking the law. Yep, I'm raiding the fridge. Yep, that's Gabriella.
I saw that the camera was on because I came by and then I saw this flash of blue light. And I was like,
you know what's weird? You remember before everything happened with Pee Wee, we used to, and he never did it before, but then he started going behind those curtains and moving the curtains. I've never had it before. As long as we've had this camera, and I turn it around until the nighttime, all the cars going by and everything else, it doesn't do anything because it's in front of the curtains. Mm-hmm. Now, on occasion, it'll pick up and it'll say paranormal camera and motion detected, and you'll see the curtain move. Like when Pee Wee would go behind that curtain, and then I'm kind of curious now because I never did that before. As long as we've had that camera sitting there, it never did that. Now all of a sudden it'll say motion detected, and when you look at it, you can see the curtain like as if maybe he went behind it. Yep. He's here with us.
I know
he's here. He's here with us.
I definitely saw him walk into the bathroom earlier when I came through the door.
But
I saw a cat walk. Like I saw a cat butt walk into the bathroom.
I thought I saw you come in. You weren't home because you guys were somewhere. I think you were over Winber or something. And I was going to say hi, Gabriella, because out of my peripheral vision, I thought I saw you standing by the steps, and I looked, and nobody was there, and I'm going, damn. So, weird things
Kiwi paying
happen.
his family a visit. Yes.
Yeah, we love him. He loves us, and
My baby.
yeah. Okay, let's start because we kind of keep on swaying away from
We?
you.
How dare you?
It wasn't the food talk. You started talking about your big fat hamburger.
Well, that's because you started it.
No, you said you almost didn't make it because you were sick.
Yeah, I said I was sick, but I didn't say
so
why.
How can I
No,
start
I
it
did
if
say
you
why.
said that? Oh my god!
But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make it to the live tonight. Oh, you are
Maybe.
our mascot from Beyond.
So if you see a
I'm
shadow,
gonna put that picture behind us in commemoration of the boy.
yeah, if you see a shadow or something walk behind us and has a big tail, tell us so we know Pee-wee's
Or not even behind us, like in front of the camera.
Anything.
Most likely,
especially with the eerie back there, where those lights go on and off. That eerie effect as it is. If you ever see anything in this area right here,
which the last time that we were, I don't know if it was when we were doing our snacks or what. Right, like here, it was way more circular, and it like you will have to watch the video, but I think there was something there.
Really?
It looked more circular right there, like it was a head.
Yeah, so if you guys see in this area here anything, just let us know.
Okay. Now, getting back to the topic. So the first topic is what I labeled ocean under our ocean? Question mark exclamation point.
I'll tell you what I think after you read that, which is kind of funny.
So the way that the guy described it in the original video was that there's this giant ocean under our ocean, and it has tons of new life forms and life forms that are as big as a megalodon and things like that. Well, that wasn't true. This is the true part of this is the truth about the whole topic. So it started when scientists started using seismic waves from earthquakes to map the presence of water, and then they called it the ocean under our ocean. But the ocean is located between the upper and lower mantle, roughly 250 to 410 miles, which is 400 to 700 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. It's estimated to be 3 times the volume of all surface oceans combined, but it's not the kind of ocean you think. And that's freaking huge. The water is not a liquid ocean, but it's trapped in the mineral. No, it's trapped in a crystallized structure of the mineral called ringwoodite, which acts like a sponge. The discovery suggests that a large amount of water is stored. Wow, I put stored instead of stored. Within the Earth's interior, potentially influencing surface water volumes over time.
See, which is funny because we just watched the Meg, and they were talking about in Meg how there was the ocean, and then there was that layer there. Like, I think they said hydrogen or whatever, that there was that layer that they had to break through, and below that was the other, but it was another ocean.
Well, like I was saying, I think that's kind of where the guy got his information from. There's something fabricated along the way. He was like, oh yeah, there's, scientists are saying that there's animals down there that are as big as a megalodon, and some of them have even reached our surface ocean.
Well, they just, what was it?
Which could be true, but
well, a couple
not
years
from
ago,
that
they found
ocean.
what they're pretty sure was a megalodon, too.
But not from that ocean, if it's water trapped in crystallized material.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or minerals.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't know. But that's
Yeah.
kind of interesting that I just watched that, and that's so similar to it because they had to break through that layer, and it was an icy cold layer because they said it was like -4 degrees or something like that temperature or whatever.
Well, that's kind of funny because I have another thing about like ice. That's
Yeah,
actually the next one.
That's interesting. That is interesting.
That's the
You're
next
cracking
topic.
his big chillin' down there with me. You guys, I love you so much. You guys are so entertaining. I think that's why we all get along because we're all crazy.
In this one, the guy was saying that the scientists found this giant iridescent worm that glows, and it's about the size of a house. That wasn't true either. Thank God, that wasn't true.
Well, there's more and more evidence now that there are creatures like that because when we,
In the
a couple
deep, deep
months
ocean.
ago, well, over at Raystown Lake, Expedition Unknown was over there like a handful of years ago or whatever, and they said there is something big in that lake, and now more and more evidence is coming out that some of these, like the Loch Ness Monster, may actually be real.
Is that the lake that
You probably did go to Raystown. It was in Huntington. Did you guys go to Huntington?
is it? I don't know if it was the Raystown, if we went to that one. It was the what's that freaking boat called? Queen Mary? Not Queen Mary.
Queen Mary's in
Not
California.
Queen Mary, but it was like
The Intrepid in New York.
the song. What is that song that's like rolling, rolling down the river?
Yeah.
That one. It was called that. Was that not Queen Mary?
No, Queen
Mary?
Mary's. Mary, keep on rolling. Mary, keep on trying. I don't. What song would? I don't know what. You wouldn't have been involved. Well, I don't know. You're.
Hold on. I gotta find when I was in the pictures.
Well, see, Kiwi, it's funny that you're talking about Nessie from Scotland. Whatever is in this Raystown Dam, Raystown Lake, whatever you want to call it, they're saying that everything about it resembles everything that is known about Nessie, and they think that it could be a relative somehow of Nessie, not an offspring because that would be too impossible because it's a lake, but a relative of Nessie somehow. A species, one of the same species. So, I don't know where you're coming.
I don't know. I went to a lake. I rode a boat. I thought it was called Queen Mary,
No,
but it's not.
Yeah, Queen Mary's in California.
Proud Mary.
Yeah. But
Proud Mary, keep on rolling, rolling.
Yeah.
rolling.
Well, wasn't I thought Proud Mary was the person.
No, that's the freaking boat. That's
Well,
the name of the boat. That's why I said
It
the
says
song.
Raystown.
Yeah, it's the Proud Mary.
I didn't know that. Well, I did not know there was a boat at Raystown called Proud Mary. I did.
Well,
I had
now
no,
you do.
Well,
and I told you when I went.
That's news to me.
See, that's where me and him took
Well, I
photo.
know you went on a boat, but I didn't know it was the Proud Mary, and I didn't realize it was at Raystown. So you were at Raystown. Did you see
I didn't see the Loch Ness
the monster?
It was a very relaxing stroll.
Apparently, it doesn't come up all the time, but and was it? I wonder if it was Raystown.
It wasn't that hard. I knew that the song was the name of the boat, but I couldn't think of it because I remember them playing that song on the boat because the boat's name was the song's name.
Where's Tina Turner when we need her? Douglas is grabbing the popcorn. See, this is entertainment, folks. This is entertainment.
I was so.
So you guys missed her, didn't you?
I
You
was
missed her.
so confused. I knew I was close. I knew Mary was in the
Oh,
name.
you were on the Queen Mary B squared. You lucky thing, you.
Never the Proud Mary. Yeah, I don't think many people have actually been on the Proud Mary.
See, I mean, my family always went fishing at Racetown, but I never ever once heard of the Proud Mary. Never once.
It's old.
Well, Proud Mary, the song is old.
Let me see how
I
old
think it's just a like a tour boat
It
B
is.
squared. That's it. It's not
yeah,
really.
it takes you down the river. It shows it's a beautiful, just like
It's not a river. It's a lake. It's Racetown Lake.
it takes you down the lake.
They actually call it a dam too.
I would call it more river. It's not really. I mean, it's big, but it's not.
Your dad's still arguing that Lake Rowena is not a lake, that it's a pond. But it had to meet the specifications geologically for them to dub it as a lake. Because there's certain dimensions, certain depths, widths, and everything to be able to be classified as a lake, and it met all those classifications.
So
Yeah, it's a cruise boat, 20 years old. It's a Mississippi-style paddle wheeler that has been operating on the lake for the past 2 decades. So there you go. And I've never heard of it.
I never heard of it until we went there. I was like, I don't even know what we're doing, and they were like, "Oh, we're going." On the
So we're gonna have to call the crack and tell them come up and jump on Proud Mary when I don't.
Just to hitch a ride.
Linda, goodness gracious! Listen to what she just said. Oh,
I can't believe you said
I
that.
can't believe she said that either.
That's not right.
Oh, what kind of reputation are we giving out there? I'm telling you.
People are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's watch these people. They're from the paranormal." What the fuck?
Hey, here's the thing. People know as there's lurking spirits, and they know if they go on lurking spirits, they're going to get the serious shit with maybe a little humor. But when they go on real talk and the other side, they know that this is what we're like outside of the paranormal. Then when we act a little bit goofy when we are doing investigation, they'll know why, because we need to break the ice. Take that. Look, Douglas, shit. No, little Credence never hurt anyone. I like Credence. Although every time I hear Credence, I think of the movie, the Twilight.
Oh, I thought you were
Twilight movie.
I thought you were going to talk about the kid from Fantastic Beasts.
Oh yeah,
That's
Credence.
Who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah. No, I'm talking the song they played in the. It was a Twilight movie, I think. That what's his name? It was at the tip of my tongue. Eric, who was in the Twilight movie?
What?
The Twilight movie. Were they?
About it?
Huh? Who was the big on the airplane? The guy in the airplane.
In the Twilight movie?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't think she was
He
thinking
played
right.
from Third Rock from the Sun.
I don't think you're thinking. Twilight's a vampire movie.
No, not Twilight. The Twilight movie.
Oh, you mean the Twilight Zone movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's John Lithgow.
John Lithgow. That's him.
Say Twilight is vampire.
No, I didn't say Twilight the movie. I said the Twilight movie.
Yeah, but that's not correct. That's the Twilight.
Well, I missed Zone is all.
I was thinking Twilight, not Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't say Twilight. I said the Twilight movie, which I thought it was called the Twilight movie, but it was called the Twilight Zone.
See, when you say the Twilight movie, that tells me of the movie adaptation of the Twilight.
Yeah, that's yeah.
See, that's the way I took it too, Eric. I was like, I was
Yeah.
so confused. I was like, wait, how do you know anything about?
No, I was not trying because if I was thinking of the vampire movie, I said Twilight because I know that that's what that was called because I have not yet seen
I
those
haven't
movies.
either. I don't want to.
I don't know. I kind
I've
of
seen clips of it
Yeah.
on like TikTok and everything else, and everybody's so obsessed with it because Edward's so cute. Oh my god!
yeah. I kind of in a way would like to see it just to say I saw it, but that's it. But I knew the movie was called The Twilight, and I thought it was called The Twilight Movie, but it was called The Twilight Zone Movie. So, okay. Okay.
I was thinking weird.
Yeah, Team Jacob or Team Edward, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about
Yeah.
it is that there's, I guess, two cute guys, Jacob and Edward. Oh my
One
god,
was-
they're so cute.
Pattison.
One's like a vampire,
Yeah.
and the other one's
A werewolf, yeah.
That's
yeah.
all I know. I don't know the difference between them.
Yeah, because it was the lycanthropes against the vampires.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
who's who or
Yeah.
what.
Oh, when I was working at Toys R Us, that was the big talk. Like, are you Team Edward or you Team Jacob? Like, I'm
all
Team
I know
nothing.
is that I've watched clips of it, and like
I
I said,
was-
it's so cringy. The girl's like,
I was at that time when they're Team Jacob and Team Edward. I was Team Sam or Dean or Castiel.
oh yeah,
That's who I was Team. I not the other. I had nothing to do with it.
Team Dude.
I like them all.
I
It's
mean, I
kind of
do
hard,
too,
you
but-
know. I mean, I even John. I was
But-
really big.
Dean is hilarious. Well, yeah, you had a crush on
I
him.
did have a crush on John. Well, he's a good-looking guy. You don't think he's a good-looking guy? He's a
I
good-looking
think
guy.
it's just because he's older. It makes it weird for me.
Well, that could be it. I can accept that. Well, how do you think it feels, Dean and Sam?
They don't. Okay, they don't look as old. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I know he's more like you look at him as more like a father
Yeah, he
figure or
looks
something
more
like,
like
his,
a father
yeah,
than
yeah. which that makes sense. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Supernatural. We just got done watching that not too long ago.
well,
the whole.
they did. I came over. Okay, here's
No,
the thing.
Don't listen.
They started
Don't
watching
listen.
the whole series all over again. I came over from a nap or whatever, and then they'd be on like season 1. I was like, okay, cool. We're watching it together. Awesome. I don't come back for like maybe a day or two, and then the third day, come back over. They're already on season 3. And then so on and so forth. And then finally, the last time I came over, I got to see the last episode. And that was it.
The things that I'm hearing coming out of my
There's
child's
15
mouth.
seasons.
We watched all 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I watched like 4 episodes. I watched like 4 episodes of the entire franchise.
So she's shown her guilt how much time she actually spends with her mama.
Okay, Miss Sleepy.
I do take a nap. But you figure I'm up a lot of times until midnight.
Well, I can't come over if you're sleeping.
And then I don't sleep at night, and then I wake up at 7 to take the dogs out. So
I don't
yeah,
like to come over when you're watching a movie either because you're watching a movie.
yeah, called Supernatural.
No, it's called Squid Game.
Squid Games isn't a movie either; it's a series.
Okay, series.
She just shouted in that microphone at you, kind people.
Sorry.
Now this went from. Yeah, it was see.
It's fun here. I gotta take this off over
It's
here.
kind of
All flash
easy to.
people.
Didn't you like Supernatural B Squared? I love Supernatural.
Yeah.
I do
I'm
this
gonna
with
watch an
Firefly.
episode every single day.
Well, see, here's the bad thing. Okay, Supernatural. We're still waiting to see if because there's been rumor of a season 16, which will probably never happen, but because I don't like how it ended season 15. But then we watched the Squid Game, so we just rewatched them because the last one of those came out. Then we have to now rewatch Wednesday because the new season of Wednesday is coming out.
What is Farscape
I don't know. We'll have to check.
and Firefly?
And then we watched If you ever watch, it's kind of similar to Squid Games. Watch Alice in Borderland, a fantastic series.
I'm in the middle of that one.
So we have to start watching that again. And then, of course, the new season of Stranger Things and final season is coming out in November and December, or December and January, one of the two. And so that means we're going to have to start rewatching because we never seen Stranger Things before.
Farscape, my mom liked the puppet. I'm so confused. What the heck is
I'll
that?
have to check. I don't know what Farscape. I don't know what that is.
He said Farscape and then she put Farscape. I don't know if that's typo or what. I don't know. I'm confused.
We'll have to check. What is that? What channel is that on? Is that like Netflix or is that what is that? So we can check it out.
I'm gonna check it out.
So we can check it out. Check it out. Farscape. 4 seasons, sci-fi.
American astronaut John Crichton finds himself thrown across the universe with an experimental mission goes bad. Teams up a group of rebels involved in an intergalactic battle.
That sounds like more like something that your dad would really, really like to watch.
I don't know if that's the right.
Yeah, that's probably it because it says 4 seasons. I'm sure it is.
Has to be. And then
Yep, see?
Firefly is a 1-season sci-fi western show.
See? So I'll have to check them out. I know Farscape sounds like something like Tom would probably be more into than what I would, but
Yeah, I don't think that's something I would watch.
yeah, but Supernatural though. I mean, I own all of the DVDs, and we don't have our DVD player hooked up, and so since you can watch them on Netflix, we were watching them on Netflix, and we're like, okay, so okay, let's get back to the next topic.
It's already almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you swayed away from the topic.
Excuse me.
We all swayed away a little bit, a little tad.
Yeah.
Hey, they were making comments that we had to respond to, so we're just being the proper hosts to our beautiful people. Right?
You're not wrong.
We're not wrong. We have to be very courteous to our fans because they're so wonderful.
Okay, on to the next topic. I labeled it an iceberg the size of Chicago broke off a glacier. On January 13th of this year, an iceberg roughly the size of Chicago named A84 broke off from the George, what is that?
7.
6
6.
ice shelf in Antarctica. The detached iceberg revealed a previously ice-covered seafloor area of approximately 209 square miles.
I just heard about that.
Oh.
Matter of fact, I saw it, I think, on a documentary on YouTube or something. They were talking about that.
The newly exposed area was found to harbor a thriving marine ecosystem with diverse life forms, including large corals, sponges, ice fish,
Yep.
giant sea spiders, and octopuses. Researchers used a remotely operated vehicle to explore the seafloor. I can't speak today. I
To
think
explore
my
the
brain is going too fast from drinking coffee. Researchers used a remotely operated vehicle to explore the seafloor and gathered data on the geology, oceanography, and biology of the newly accessible area. Scientists believe that the exposed area may contain undiscovered species and that the ecosystem may have been thriving for decades or even centuries.
Look how you spell species.
I don't judge my spelling
If you just really
errors.
switch them around a little bit more, you can have spices. Spiders. Yeah, there's sea spiders.
There's always been sea spiders, but I don't like them.
Yeah.
And they're not usually like at your beaches or anything like that, so that's good.
I don't like any kind of spiders, so they can stay in the sea because I won't be in the sea, so I'd rather have them in there than out here. Especially those big ones. Did you ever see those ones that was from like Iraq or Iran? Those big
I saw the
sand
ones
with
from
those.
Australia. They're freaking
Yeah, bird-eating spiders.
bitches.
They found one 2 times the size of that. I was watching a documentary on that the other day too. They said they found a new spider that was 2 times the size. They said
No,
its
thank you.
legs alone are like 10 inches or more long. It's
Ugh.
just their legs alone.
No, thank you. No,
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
they're like, no. I don't like spiders. Yeah, the Australia. I tell you, I would love to go there. I absolutely would, but they have the most poisonous and creepy creatures.
They have
of
all the poisonous creatures.
Yeah, they have the funnel spiders there.
Yeah, they have the funnel spiders. They have those creepy bird-eating spiders. They have scorpions. They have snakes. Don't they have rattlesnakes? They have rattlesnakes.
They have all kinds of snakes. They have
Yeah.
those poisonous snakes because everything there's poisonous.
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
I don't know how people live there.
They can keep them.
All right, I'm gonna go to the outback and
And I'll come back dead.
from the dead.
Dead.
I have family there in Australia. Well, that's awesome, but
Hey, invite us there.
that's no. I don't want to go there.
I would love to go to Australia.
I would
really
be afraid of taking my shoes off just to enjoy time there, and then having a freaking spider or something crawl in my shoe, and when I'm about to put my shoe on, go.
We have to have full body armor
Yeah, we need a hazmat
and
suit.
a bug spray.
You need a hazmat suit to go to Australia.
No pet spiders. No.
Spiders.
No. Although we can make rubber band spiders.
Pets.
Gabriella
We can make 3D printed spiders too.
We can. I never thought of that.
With
I
spiders.
made my eggs. My
Yeah,
eggs
did you
are
show them
done.
your eggs?
I think they saw my eggs. Yeah, I showed them my eggs. Well, they're not my eggs, but
They
eggs.
kind of are. You
They're
produced
my
them.
eggs. So,
You made them.
but I'll be selling those. We'll be selling those.
In Texas, you have to check the shoes for scorpions. There was little in South Carolina. There was little scorpions, but they were tiny, and you don't really see them that often. But there was one in my shoes one time. It was yellow.
Yeah, they're in the yards. I can't remember their special name for them. They're a scorpion, but there's a special. What do they call them? A crawler or something? I can't remember what they call them. There's a special name for them, but regardless, okay.
There's dangerous creatures everywhere. You learn to live alongside. Yeah, but in Australia, they're every corner.
They're there.
You walk from one point to the other, you're gonna find something poisonous there and at the
Yeah, but
beginning where you
Linda's
walked.
got where she's at. She's got gators because Florida has gators, and they walk right across the street. They come in your house.
They're just swamp puppies.
You want to pet those puppies? I don't. Yeah, the tinier ones are the more poisonous. They are.
Yeah, but I think it's only like a certain species of them. Like the black ones or the brown ones, whatever those ones are.
We have rattlesnakes here. Matter of fact, I'm not too far from us. Some people were saying be careful because
Copperheads.
they saw rattlesnakes.
There's been reports of copperheads.
Copperheads, especially down Prince Galitzin, is from what I heard. So we have to watch.
We had to watch out for water moccasins in South Carolina.
Snakies. You know, like snakies.
Samantha
Okay,
picked
next
up this little
subject.
Baby copperhead.
Yeah, I know. She's a little bit loony.
Freaking crazy. I was like, okay.
New Hampshire kind of has a lot of stuff. Like what? A lot of stuff. Kind of. Ooh.
Gators are potentially pets. See?
No,
It's just a swamp puppy.
no. Nope. We're not listening. We won't have a gator. Although, Sam had it was either crocodile or a gator, remember? For
Yeah,
a while.
it was. I think it was a gator.
It was
I
a
think it was
gator, I'm pretty
no,
sure.
I don't
Wasn't
think
it? It was a gator, I think. I can't remember. I think it was a gator.
I think it was gator.
It was a gator.
It was a baby.
Yeah, it was a gator.
It was a baby.
Yeah.
In
Bears,
California, we
bears.
have grizzlies, big cats, rattlesnakes.
We have snapping turtles. We have bear. We have possums. Which everybody tries to kill possums from the garden now, but they eat ticks and everything. And they're actually supposed to be, you should keep them because
Well, I think that skunks and things like that, they're annoying and they smell really bad, but I think that they're good for
nothing.
something. Good for something, I think.
Or smell.
I think.
We had a
Leon
young
Hunter.
hawk in our yard using it as a hunting gun. Hawks are pretty. They are pretty.
They are.
That's what I liked about when we went to the pirate voyage and they
I
had
knew
the
you
hawk.
were going to bring that up. I would so
Yeah.
love to go to the Pirate Voyage and have that thing on my arm. So
Do you see what Kiwi says?
I've had an argument with a snapping turtle.
Skunks are cute as heck, especially if you see a baby skunk. They are freaking cute. They
They
got the
are.
cutest little faces. They make the cutest little
They
sounds.
are.
They really are.
I really want a fox.
How did you go from a skunk to a
I don't know,
fox?
because they're cute.
I want a baby
I
raccoon.
want a baby raccoon too.
I'll take one of each.
If I ever find one out there by the trash can, that's mine. Snatch, yoink.
Snatch, joint, bam, Batman. On to the next.
Okay. That's the end.
We keep on
It's
segueing.
already almost like an hour.
Yeah.
And it's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Your fault. Anyways,
Oh.
a strange radio signal was detected beneath the ice in Antarctica. Let's try that again in English. A strange radio signal was detected beneath the ice in Antarctica.
Say what?
I've had way too much coffee. This isn't even that much coffee, and I feel like I'm gonna jump off the roof.
That's because she was eating candy right before that. Yes.
How much candy? How much sugar is in this?
I can smell the strawberry on those.
So good.
I can smell that. Mmm, they smell good. Don't
Oh,
stick it
doesn't
in
it-
my nostrils.
Doesn't it make you want some? You eat it.
I don't want one.
Too bad, eat one.
No, I don't want one. I'm drinking coffee. Pocket and coffee ain't gonna taste
No,
good.
it does actually.
No.
Especially the chocolate one. There's only 17 pieces. Oh, that's a serving size. I
Her
ate
serving
more than
sizes
17.
are like 3 boxes.
To be fair, who pays attention to the serving sizes on anything?
Yeah, when they start stomping though, B Squared, that's usually you better watch because if they start that stomping, they're about ready to squirt you.
Well, she said to intimidate.
Yeah,
It's
they're,
adorable.
they're
but
ready to squirt some.
They'll be like,
And not squirt some, but squirt some.
sugar and caffeine high.
Yeah, she does. She has the sugar and caffeine. Okay, what's up with our Antarctica? Inquiring minds want to know.
The signal was discovered by the ANITA experiment. The ANITA, which is an Antarctic Impulse Transient Antenna, is an experiment designed to detect radio waves produced when high-energy neutrinos from space interact with the ice.
Okay.
Wow. Instead of detecting signals from above, it detected signals coming from below the horizon, like 30 degrees below the ice's surface.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is problematic because the radio waves, if originating from below, would have had to travel through thousands of miles of rock, which should have absorbed them completely. But it didn't.
So,
Scientists are exploring various possibilities, including the potential for new types of particles or interactions not yet understood by current physics.
interesting.
And there it says other experiments like the Pierre Auger Observatory haven't been able to confirm the same signals, leaving the mystery unsolved.
I wondered when you were checking on Antarctica, since some of the like glaciers and stuff, and that's busting off and melting. That do you know what the temperature difference? Have you found out anything what the temperature difference is? Like say from a decade ago to now.
I haven't, but
We'll have to research out and find out. So, I'm a little bit concerned myself, Douglas. It says you have to pay attention to sugar. Although I don't eat a lot of sugar, but sometimes I feel like I'm starting to show a little, some signs of borderline diabetes. I just have to kind of watch because it's in my family, but nobody ever had to take insulin because they all got to the borderline and that was it. But I know with Eric on his side of the his grandparents' side, his grandmother had to take insulin and stuff and that. So, and I know in Tom's family,
yeah, that's what I worry about.
So
Dad's part of the family that
they have everything.
They already passed down freaking
Yeah.
psoriasis to me, sensitive skin.
Yeah.
I got all the bad traits of Dad's family. But it's fine. It's clearing up. Because I'm taking care of it.
Well, you're taking pills then, huh, Douglas? Because I think my sister, she was on the border. I don't know if she took medication, the one that just passed. I don't know if she was taking medication for it or she was almost on the verge of having to take medication. But as far as I know, nobody in my family's ever had to, had to take insulin as far as the injections.
I don't know why I read that as
Melatonin.
long release melatonin. Yeah. I was like, wow.
I kind of second look to the melatonin.
You must be sleepy all the time. Oh, Lord.
Okay. So that was pretty interesting.
That was the, what, second one? Third one?
Third. Fourth. Fifth.
Ocean iceberg. That was the second one.
Okay, on to the next.
This one is scary. And I think it's the last one.
I thought you said you had 4 or 5.
Oh, it's 5.
Hmm? You can't count now.
This is the third one. The fourth one was the one that I was gonna do. I don't know, because this one's kind of long. We'll see. This one's kind of scary. I am sleepy all day, but that's due to work second shift. Well, tends to happen. But at least it's not from melatonin. Like I originally thought.
Are you always second shift then, Douglas? I can't remember. Because I know that majority of the time when we're on, you are at work. Yep, he wants to make it. Huh? He's at work.
Not home yet.
He's at work. Why do you think she's here? Because if he was home, she wouldn't be.
That's not true. We both come over here.
he comes over and says hi or helps her wave the refrigerator to go back up.
Not all the time. At this point, I train them first for a bit.
I didn't mind second shift. Sometimes I like second shift better than first, but then I didn't get to see the family. So then I started really liking to be just steady first shift. But then on occasion, I like to do what we called here in Pennsylvania. I don't know if anybody else calls it the hootie shift, hoot owl, which is from like 7 at night to 7 in the morning.
I'm just waiting for something to walk back there.
I know, I watch that a lot.
For some reason.
We got a little creature right up here.
Little creature.
Yeah, see him standing right there. I don't know what that is. Right there.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
I wonder if the
It looks like a person walking in the sand.
Yep, we just have
We have a
random
person walking in the sand back there.
floating
He's floating.
on the ceiling.
We see him coming and going. Okay, next subject.
Anyways, this one's scary.
You
Like I said for the third time.
You said that.
A case of the bubonic plague was reported in Arizona on July 19th of this year, and unfortunately, the resident did not make it. Now, I wrote down 3 types of the plague because I guess people get a lot of them mixed up. And I wrote down the symptoms and everything. I did my research.
You did your research.
There's 3 types of the plague. There's the bubonic, the septicemic, and the pneumonic. That's the one that's not good. The pneumonic one, that's the one that attacks the lungs, but I'll get to that. The bubonic is when bacteria... Here we go again.
Mm-hmm. I was the one that wasn't talking straight before.
Well, I'm hyper, so my mouth is moving faster than my brain.
At least you reached the first step. You were able to admit.
My mouth is moving faster than my brain that can comprehend words. Anyways, the bubonic is when bacteria infects the lymphatic system, causing swollen and painful lymph nodes called buboes, typically in the groin, armpits, or neck. So that one's bad, but it's not like life-threatening bad. The second one is called the septicemic, I think, which is the bacteria multiplies in the bloodstream. Scream. I'm gonna scream. The bacteria multiplies in the bloodstream, causing symptoms such as fever, chills, extreme weakness, abdominal pain, and potentially bleeding under the skin.
Whoa.
That one's pretty bad, but it's not life-threatening. This one is the one that has been going around again in Arizona, I guess, and is bad. The pneumonic. This is the most dangerous form affecting the lungs. It can develop as a complication of bubonic or septicemic plague, or it can be acquired through inhaling airborne droplets from an infected person or animal, causing symptoms such as fever, headache, weakness, short of breath, and chest pain. The Arizona resident passed from the pneumonic plague. And then I wrote, yes, the bubonic plague can still be contracted in 2025. It's rare, but the disease is primarily transmitted through the bite of an infected flea or flea bite infected animal.
Not good. Not good at all. Not good. Well, I also read along with the bubonic plague that I know Florida has had it, and there was one other. South Carolina had one case. Flesh-eating amoeba. And it is deadly. There was 4 people, I think, died in Florida from it, and one was just recently reported in South
Well,
Carolina.
the good thing
Columbia.
is now with our medicine, the bubonic plague won't be like a whole pandemic or epidemic like it was way back when. But I mean, unless the people don't get cured for it, then it could go airborne and create a
Well,
bunch of things.
they you know,
They have cures for it now, and if you catch it early enough, you can be treated and recover
the
fully.
problem is we need to start being focused on these medical things that could be possibly another pandemic or epidemic instead of some of this other shit that
Well, the thing about
people are
that,
focusing on.
the bubonic plague thing too, is the guy that I got the research from, he tried to say, which I couldn't find anywhere. I searched it up everywhere. I couldn't find any information on it. That another guy, a few days after the first guy passed away, another one did because he was experiencing hallucinations, that he was being chased by a demon that wanted to get him. So he jumped out of a roof, and then he had he was sweating profusely, and then slurred speech to the point where nobody could understand what he was saying, and then passed away. But I found no information on that, so I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know where he got this information from, but I looked everywhere, and the only case that I could find was the one in Arizona that
Yeah.
was literally only a few days
See,
ago.
I know I've heard, I think, was it last year or something like that, they were talking about possibility of the plague coming around again. And they kind of just let it go. It's same as Kiwi/Linda said about the COVID. COVID, if they would have done what they needed to do when they first knew that we were at risk for it, it could have been under control. But they didn't jump in and do what they needed to do in time. So then we ended up in the
Why don't
pandemic.
scientists find a way to make fleas extinct? If they know that that's what's causing the pandemic or epidemic to start in the first place, get rid of
I did
it.
find out, I think it was the Chinese found it was in what was
But
it?
we don't need fleas. What is their purpose? To
They
freaking
found
suck the blood out
a
of everything?
gene in something where they think that they can regrow teeth in humans so that you lose teeth and that you don't have to worry about getting dentures and stuff and that, because they found a regrowth thing for regrowing teeth.
That would be cool.
And then in Eric, do you remember what I told you where they found for breast cancer? What animal it was or what insect or what it was? Do you remember?
I remember you saying something about that, but I don't remember what animal.
Probably shark. I think the
It wasn't the
last
shark. I'm thinking the shark, something in that might have been for the regrowing teeth. And sharks don't get cancer, so they're saying
that's why I think it was shark.
but this one, no, this was it was a bug or an insect or something. They said that they had found that seems to me like it was the slime off of whatever this thing
The
was.
thing that amazes me is that they're trying to say that they haven't found the cure for cancer yet, but they found the cure for the bubonic plague. How is cancer more? How? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. And see, and you know that's what you're getting. People still die from rabies after all these years. Why isn't there? You know, I mean, you can control it and everything and that, but there still are people dying from rabies. There just a lot of this.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, they're saying that they have all these cures and everything for the bubonic plague and all these diseases that were like way back when nobody even really knew what they were. But the ones that have been around for, I'm not saying like a long time, but long enough to figure out what it is and how it works and everything, you haven't found a cure for it?
Well, here's the thing: is it's called a thing called little green stuff that you put in your wallet and your. I mean, if you have lots of money, you're probably going to be able to be fixed from
there's
a
at
lot of
least
these
one
things and
person
stuff.
every
and
day
that,
around the world that passes away from cancer.
And if
because
they
they're-
cure all these people with these drugs and that, and everybody will be cured, and the pharmaceuticals won't make any more money then, because they won't have to give out any more drugs because these people were cured of those.
Yeah, but if it's like a long time illness that's just going to progressively get worse, they would still make money off of their patients, which is a horrible thing to say, but it's how the world works, fortunately. More money.
There are treatments, but you need to take it, and people are scared to minimize bites.
Yeah, there's treatments, but I mean like a full on cure, like one dose of whatever. Like, you know how if you have a headache, you just take aspirin, the whole thing goes away. Something like that. Just something that you can take immediately, and then it's gone completely. Like there's no traces of it at all.
Well, and money makes a big difference, like Linda said, and be squared because bubonic plague is a bacterial infection, unlike cancer.
Well, that makes sense. But they still, the thing that bothers me is that they know what causes cancer. They know the causes of it. They know the direction it's going, all the stages and everything. They should have a cure for it by now. It should not have taken this long.
Again, they probably do, but you have to have that green stuff. But with that being said,
thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Now there was one other thing she tried to see if it was AI generated or if it was actual, but
which I only found. Well, first we're gonna go with this one because I forgot about this one. I didn't write the whole thing, but the same guy that I got the other information from, he was talking about an Operation Often, and so I searched it up. There's nothing called Operation Often. So then I searched up. The only thing that popped up was Operation McDoften, and so I was like, okay, well that sounds. Maybe he just forgot the Mick in front of Often, so, and he did apparently because I took a screenshot of what he was trying to. I did all my freaking research. All of it.
all of it.
So he was trying to say that the CIA and the Army, back in the 1960s, I think. Oh shit! Well, I don't have that much information.
Shit.
I think it was the 1960s. Were paying witches and psychics and people who were inclined with the paranormal to use the paranormal energy to make weapons. They were trying to use the let me see what I typed in. I don't even remember. Okay, that's what they were doing. The CIA and the Army were trying to get paranormal activity to happen so they can harvest it to make weaponry. But the only thing that I found was because he was also talking about how there was proof of it because in 2024 they had a 1,200 page document of all the things that happened during this experiment and everything, so I was curious. So I searched it up, and the research did not. It says numerous declassified government documents confirm the U.S. state military and the CIA conducted research into psychic phenomena and paranormal activity, including efforts that explore their potential weaponization, which is what he said. So I was like, okay, this is good, but none of them were the the thing that he said. There was Project Stargate, the psychological weapons, exploring demonic activity. Yeah, so there was nothing that was like that. But I also typed in the what about documents in 2024. It says, in December 2024, the National Security Archive and ProQuest published a
You
collection.
see what she said?
Huh?
She said you're talking about MK.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that piece code. In December 2024, the National Security Archive and ProQuest published a collection of over 1,200 documents relating to the CIA's MKUltra program. While these documents focus on the CIA's efforts in mind controlling through drugs, hypnosis, and psychological manipulation, they don't directly mention paranormal activity being used for weaponry. That's the part that got me. I was like, okay, well, obviously he has to be talking about the MKUltra thing because I couldn't find information on any of the other things that he was saying. And it said that they were using drugs and hypnosis and psychology, so I was like, well, I mean, to certain people that would be considered paranormal, but like back then that would be considered paranormal, I guess. But it said the documents revealed details about the CIA's MKUltra program, a project aimed at researching and developing techniques for manipulating and controlling human behavior. The experiments involved
sounds
methods
like Dr. Brenner was doing freaking and Stranger Things.
The experiments involved methods like drug-induced hypnosis, high dose of LSD, psychic driving and depatterning. Yeah, it was. Yeah. But it said, however, the connection to paranormal activity within these documents is not explicitly oh my god. I know how to read, I swear to God. However, the connection to paranormal activity within these documents is not explicitly stated as related to weaponry. While the CIA did investigate areas like extrasensory perception and psychokinesis under projects like the Stargate Project, this was a separate endeavor from MKUltra. And then it says, yes, the U.S. did investigate paranormal phenomena like ESP and psychosis. So, paranormal, I guess, if you want to say it wasn't what I was thinking, I'm gonna play the video that the guy said, and then I'm gonna ask you guys like what you think of what he said, because it's not what I was thinking, but I don't think properly. Anyways, I guess it was.
It was.
I'm glad you asked. Yes, scientists are trying to communicate with the Bugosphere, the one that was.
Nope, that's not one. That's a new one, though.
Operation Often that was done in the 1960s was meant to actually harness the paranormal and use it as weaponry? What? Tell me more. Yeah, they want us to believe that this actually ended, but this was an operation that was done where the CIA and the Army together would hire witches and people of that nature to try and get paranormal activity happening so they can try to harness it and then use it as weaponry. Oh, fun! A 1,200-page document came out about this in 2024 from the CIA about all the details of what they gathered from this operation and how wild it actually got. Oh, fun! So if they were doing this clear back in the 1960s, how far have we come with this today?
But picking up on that, it's not a surprise. This isn't really surprising, and it goes way, 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 way
Okay, but
back,
the thing-
because if you go back to Nazi Germany, the Nazis dabbled in
But
paranormal.
what he said
and
was not true. There was no evidence of any paranormal activity being used as weaponry or even harvest or whatever the fuck he even said. There was no
I
evidence
don't
of that.
believe there ever was
He
in the
said
United
that-
States, but I know they did practice that in Nazi
Yeah, but
Germany.
he said
The
that
Nazis did.
the CIA and the U.S. Army hired witches to perform paranormal activities for them to harvest the. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff.
What he said was completely wrong, and it has nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Here, go back and read what all the Nazis did, and go back to when, even back, like with Aleister Crowley and stuff, and that way back in that era, and that all ties in paranormal, how they used it. It kind of gets very, very scary how far they dabbled into paranormal, but not the paranormal like we see it, like we're trying to do it just to prove that the afterlife exists, but paranormal as far as demonology and conjuring up things like that to use.
Well, yeah, I saw there was
yeah.
an article on that I
Yeah.
was going to do research on, but I was already doing research on this. And when I re-watched the video, I was like, whatever the fuck he just said is not what I read
Yep.
factually. So I'm confused. Like, where did he get his research from? Did he even do research? Did he hear from somebody?
There's always something that he had to find something somewhere. Something had to come up that piqued his interest. And the thing is in our lifetime, who knows? I mean, look how long it took for the government to finally come out and say, yes, UFOs do exist, aliens do exist, but yet they're still not revealing everything around Area 51 and stuff like that. Now, Casper Site, he's apparently one of the aliens that they have in Area 51. They call him Skinny Bob. And Casper Site said that in his research and that he found out that Skinny Bob actually does really exist.
Skinny Bob?
Yep. And he helps them do stuff around there, like, down in Area 51, and they watch him, he watches us, and they learn stuff from him. And yeah, there's a whole big thing on the alien called Skinny Bob.
Well, yeah, it says it's an alleged videotape containing footage of a gray-like alien. The video first appeared on the internet in the early May 2011. People are saying they think it's real.
Casper Site said that with his research, he found out that, yes, Skinny Bob does really exist.
Somebody said it's not CGI.
Nope, no, it's a real alien.
So they can take one video of Skinny Bob to prove that they do exist, if that's what they were trying to do.
There's just so much cover up here. We'll never, like I said, well, I'm older anyhow, but maybe even in your lifetime, they may not ever, ever, ever come out and completely.
No, you're going to have an alien either abduct you, if that's even what they do, or come to you itself and tell you whatever secrets the government's hiding.
I think of an alien visit you. It's not really, I don't know about abductions and everything, because people swear that they have been, but to see what, like mind reading, to see what they can get of what's happening in our country or in the universe, whatever. I don't know.
Do you think if an alien, if they look like that and they actually come down from space and everything, if they saw you and they know where they're at, that they would be able to, like, speak the same language? Or
they said that they can talk to you telepathically. But that if you watch King Kong versus Godzilla, or King Kong, whatever that one is, the little girl, she was from I can't remember what the tribe was, but that whole tribe did not speak. They talked to each other telepathically.
Hmm.
And that is not just lore. That
I
is an
want to do
ancient
more
tribe.
research on aliens because I think I mean, if a freaking alien came down and started talking to me telepathically, I'd be like, "This is freaking
But it's
awesome."
kind of weird, and it's kind, like I have
I
both.
wouldn't be scared of it. I mean, I would be weary of like what it wanted, and like it's a new.
I read both of Whitley Strieber's books, which I don't know where the hell they're at, and I think maybe some of them was left at Evelyn's, unfortunately. But both of them, every encounter that people described when they met the aliens, described the alien in the exact same way, no matter where they were, different parts of the country, and they all described their alien encounters exactly the same way.
Private individual probably find the truth about the real paranormal.
Probably, I agree with you. A private individual will find out the truth more than what if we rely on our government to fill us in. And there, for the longest time, they said that they didn't want because they didn't want vast panic, everybody gone panic. But we really need to know, and it's not panic because if they're not harming us, if they actually have one held hostage more or less in Area 51 and they're learning stuff from it, well, I mean, don't you think we should know? Don't you think that that's a need to know basis?
More technologically advanced than we are, and they're like, oh my god, our prime minister, maybe they were prime, I don't know, is down at Earth, held captive. We got to get him back, and then they started freaking.
Well, and then they say they want to cause panic, but isn't it causing panic not knowing? Because this way, if we know, they can at least teach us what to look for, what signs to to know how to deal with an encounter and how to respond. And I mean, if they're studying, then they can teach everyone how to respond. And well, how about those people they say are lizard people that's among us that has the lizard eyes and stuff and that they're claiming
they
that's
already
real.
Say that the aliens are here. They're just disguised as humans.
Yeah.
They're walking amongst us.
Yeah.
That's what some other crazy people, that's what they say. And they said the Greys, and the government confirmed that there is a species of aliens that are called the Greys. And that we heard that from these crazy people.
Yeah, I mean, right here, this people who have had paranormal experience don't need proof. I know the experiences I've had personally. Nobody needs to come and debunk it and say, oh, you're full of shit. You don't know what happened to you. No, I know what happened to me personally, and I don't care who you are. I will call you a liar to your face when you tell me I didn't experience what I experienced.
Especially the ones that I've had.
Yep. Like, I mean, my dad appearing to me on the night of his funeral. Me talking to my mom about with the clock thing and that, different things. Just my premonition of the car accident, and it happened exactly the way that I saw it happening. There's lots of stuff nobody's not going to tell me I didn't experience because I know I did.
Somebody pet the puppy. She's being moody.
They should be going to sleep. It's their bedtime, and they're being goofballs. So probably because I hear us in here talking, and so they're. I find the lizard people theories amusing too. Somebody made a big costume. I was just seeing it, an 11-foot tall Mothman costume. Say, Max, stop it. That's pathetic.
Speaking of cryptids, now we're speaking of cryptids. It's interesting how many sightings of Bigfoot came out.
They're saying that they're kind of getting more comfortable around people now, and they're realizing that.
But like, why all of a sudden, if they've been around for a long time.
Because Bigfoot research has become more prevalent, and they're saying because people are showing that they're not afraid of Bigfoot, that they're starting to feel more comfortable now, and they're starting to come out and showing themselves a little bit more because they know that we're not really out to harm them, that we just want to learn about them. So
Except
now
the
they're
people that actually find a Bigfoot is gonna like shoot it and probably do experiments
well,
on
you
it.
always have
and
some of those assholes that's out there that you know
You're
that
gonna find that one person that's gonna create a whole huge mess because they couldn't leave well enough alone.
Well, there's always that one person or that one group that has to screw it over for everybody else. You know, it's just that's how it is. Unfortunately, that's life, and it always ends bad.
What would you do if you found Bigfoot?
I'd be cautious. I'd be excited. I'd be cautious, but I'll be honest with you. If I saw a big hairy thing coming towards me, I'd probably run screaming, which would not be a good thing to do.
I would
But-
stand there probably in shock. I would definitely take a picture or a video of it, but then I'd be like, "Hey, it's Bigfoot."
Hey,
Hug.
do you have a candy bar?
Cute,
Hey,
yeah.
I got a candy bar. You want a candy
Slim
bar?
Jim.
Slim, yeah, snap it to a Slim Jim. give Bigfoot a Slim
He just wanted a Slim
Yeah,
Jim.
he
He,
just
was
wanted-
just cranky.
You know, we can't even get the Epstein files. Jeez. I mean, come on, guys. We don't dab in political, but come on, guys. He said he was good friends with Epstein. He met Melania at Mar-a-Lago at one of the parties. He is in 1,000 pictures with Epstein. You know, if there's no files to release, then why is he worried about them releasing files? You know, that doesn't make any freaking sense. Yeah, Bigfoot needs a Snickers bar. The Snickers satisfies everybody. And we'll turn from Bigfoot into Littlefoot. Little Bigfoot.
Little Bigfoot.
Here we go with the big Littlefoot thing again. Little Bigfoot. So, okay, guys, we've been on here for an hour and a half. You guys are just so wonderful. I love talking to you guys on here. You are just the
Never have a
best.
bad day when we talk to you guys.
Nope. You always bring a smile to our face, and I hope we do the same to you. But before we sign off, then, is there anything that you want to ask us?
Oh wait, the last topic was gonna be
Oh,
but right before we get off here and everything.
well, here's the funny thing, getting back to the Epstein thing, too. Like, kind of don't want to get into politics, but they're saying, well, the Democrats, well, what if Bill Clinton's on there? What are you going to do? It doesn't matter what party you're affiliated with. If you're on that list and you were part of underage stuff going on, then you should be incarcerated. The law needs to take care of you. You need to be tried, and you're responsible. You're not, it doesn't matter what party you are. If you're on that list and you were part of that awfulness that was going on, I don't care what party you are. I mean, so it's not just one party in particular, but with Goofball in office there, so I'm sure you know who I vote, who I support. There's all the clips. He even said out of his own mouth that he liked Epstein, that they were friends, and he was a good man, and he made a comment not recently, but a while back, about that he likes him to be at least 12 years old. Come on, but yeah, go with the
no politics on our
no
channel.
politics. We're done. I didn't bring it up. They did.
B squared, no politics on this channel. Anyways,
I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them.
No politics.
We're done.
Okay, the last topic was gonna be about this guy on a farm that supposedly found a unicorn skull while he was farming. And it sounded like a news article But it also, there was like this weird, like, recorded vibe to it that kind of sounded AI to me. So I did some more research, and the only thing that I could find was another guy in England, close to
Wasn't it the
King
one-
Henry's grave or something like that. Hold on.
I thought it was the Tower of London or something like that.
No,
Or
it was a king.
Oh, okay.
King something.
Well, while she's looking up that, I recently saw somebody, and I don't know if it was AI generated, but somebody had this picture of this thing that they found on their roof of their shed, and it was laying there, and it looked like a little fairy. And they said, "What is this? Can somebody please tell me what it is?" And it looked like a little fairy. So I don't know if that was legit or not.
A Canadian man visiting Cornwall in England found a unicorn skull near the alleged site of King Arthur's Camelot Castle. That's what it was, not a grave. And it says he couldn't take it home, so he traded it for beer. And so I read more about it. I was like, what the? You traded a rare thing for... And then I was talking about him. I was like, this is how I think the conversation went. Wow, I got this rare one in a lifetime. And don't ask me why he's
talking like that.
Yeah.
Because he was a redneck.
For beer. I got this one in a lifetime rare artifact freaking unicorn horn skull thing, but you know what? I could go for a Bud Light. That's the way I thought the conversation went. So, it says that he couldn't figure out how to explain taking a unicorn skull through the customs at the airport. So when he stopped at Stonehenge Inn pub in Salisbury, they showed them the skull and they offered to give him unlimited ale in return for the strange item. He accepted and said, "I quite like old speckled hen."
Wow.
So.
Wow. Well, as all I
Good
can say.
Southern
So that was the other story. But like I said, that kind of tied in with that. I hope I can find that picture again. But it wasn't like on Facebook or something where you get those little snippets and there's pictures and people. It was like a little article, and somebody said, "I found this on my," I think they said their garage roof or shed roof or something. And it was only like maybe the size of your hand, not very big. And it looked like a body of a little fairy.
Oh,
And
there are more people coming out and
yeah,
saying fairies are
so
real.
they said, "Can anybody tell me what this is?" So I don't know. Maybe I can find the picture again sometime. Oh, and speaking of things like that, my good old husband bought me the Supernatural book that has all like the cryptids and legends and the urban legend creatures and witches and cryptids and all those things and that in it. So there's even some spells in there. You want to cast the spell?
Dude did a trade for unlimited beer. Guy had priorities.
Yeah, he sure did. I went, come on.
He did. He was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to explain this to customs. And then he was like, I could go for a beer. And they're like, we got a limited beer. All right, I'll take it. Good. Here's my one in a lifetime unicorn skull. Horn skull. Unicorn horn skull.
And how about all those pictures too? People claiming that they have found real live corpses of mermaids.
That's interesting too. I mean, the old tales are that there was fishermen that got a little frisky with some dolphins, and they created mermaids.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the. I guess you couldn't. Is that an urban legend,
It's
or is
either
that
an urban legend or an old wives' tale. It's it's kind of
Or fisherman's tail.
could be a fisherman's tail.
It was a tail.
It was a tail.
It had a tail. Okay, with that being said, guys.
Well, one more thing. I gotta show you the video that has the actual the one originally that I was gonna talk about till I found out it was probably AI.
A shocking discovery in rural Iowa has experts questioning everything we thought we know about mythology and history. What started as routine plowing on the Johnson family farm turned into an archaeological sensation when their tractor unearthed what appears to be the skull of a unicorn.
I've been farming this land for 30 years, never seen anything like it.
The skull was immediately transported to Iowa State University, where paleontologists are conducting extensive tests to determine its age and authenticity.
The bone structure is unlike anything in the fossil record. We're completely baffled.
Preliminary carbon dating suggests the skull could be over 3,000 years old, predating any known horse species in North America.
Local Native American legends always spoke of horned horses in these parts. We thought they were just stories.
The skull is being studied by experts from around the globe. If authenticated, it could rewrite everything we know about ancient mythology.
So that sounds like it was on a regular news station. So I
That's
guess
what
it's
I
on
think, but when you hear the guy's voice in the background, it's kind of like tunneled, like they recorded it off of something else, and that's also a sign of AI.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's real or not, and people in the comments are only saying, "Oh yeah, the unicorns existed in the Old Testament." I don't know. I don't read the Bible.
I don't know. Nature does offer amazing things, but AI screws things up. AI is just, it's fascinating, but it's also getting really, really, really scary. And maybe we can get into some AI and that on our next video.
Watch it just be some ancient school art project.
Yeah, but they dug it up. If
They dug it up, and they,
yeah.
I guess, apparently took it to a research thing. They'd be able to tell that it was real bones. So I don't know.
But maybe we'll dabble a little bit on AI and stuff like that on our next one. It's because it's going to be probably another 3 weeks at least before we have another snack box in. I promise you I will get the caged graves because that was pretty interesting, especially considering that it started overseas, I believe in Scotland or something like that. But there's actually a whole story of a town in Pennsylvania that there is a whole big thing about a few caged graves. So it's a very interesting subject. But so maybe on the next one I'll discuss that.
And if I can get some more research done on the unsolved mysteries, we can have those.
But does anybody go? We got to send Diane our own snack picks for them to go. Absolutely, send them. We'll try anything. We had Abby's friend sent us the snack pack. Was really, really good.
See, the voices sounded weird towards the end of the video. That's why I think that it's AI. Like, it sounded fine until the guy started talking, and then it was kind of like tunneled, like a fake voice, or like it was recorded off of something else. And that's kind of a giveaway of an AI.
I did say caged graves. There's a bunch of I guess controversy, lore, whatever, about these graves that have iron cages built all around them. Some of them have the actual cage above ground. Some of them have like a grate over top of them. But there's a whole story about them. And they actually, like I said, there is a place here in Pennsylvania where there is a whole big article about these caged graves and the mystery about them. So Eric will try pretty much anything.
Eric will eat anything. He won't try it. He will eat anything.
Yeah.
He will digest.
But I think
anything.
Dylan's the same way.
He is.
Dylan's the same way.
Because
I think
this
Chase
is
is,
this is
too.
his words. I hope he comes through too when I say this, because it's almost 11 o'clock. I hope he comes through when I say this. He's gonna say, "I tried worse things in jail." When he was a prison guard,
Yep. So
that's what he would say.
I am very selective only because if I was younger, if I was back in my late teens, even early 20s and that, and I was trying stuff, I don't think I would be so fearful. I would probably be more gutsy, willing to try stuff. But my age now, I breathe, and sometimes I get heartburn just from breathing, and so or stomach issues and what. So I'm kind of very selective of what I want to or willing, like spicy stuff. I'm willing to try spicy stuff, but it depends on how much spice. Abby, what do I love her. I do. We adopted Linda. She's definitely we Linda's special. We love you, Linda. Abby's never going to hear the end of those pineapple lumps. You're never
I
going
don't
to
know
hear.
how you couldn't love those.
Yeah.
That's so weird that she didn't like those. She
Especially
likes
pineapple, and she likes chocolate.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Maybe it was just one of them that she tried that had a different.
I don't know, but she ain't gonna try anymore because I think Eric finished up the bag. I think he did.
I only had like 1 or 2.
I think I had 2. Oh well. We have to get Linda when we can send it safely. We got to send her some Mellow Cups.
Linda is such a friend.
First she picked on Gabriella about buttons and she didn't let it go, and then now it's raiding the refrigerator. And poor Abby, like now she's picked on. I'd hate to think what Linda's gonna pick on me about. Like goodness, I mean, because
We already pick on you about your height.
you guys pick on me about everything. She picked on me today because of
Because she was taking the dogs out, and she looked down at Sia because Sia was being crazy. She's like, "Stop it, you little liver bitch!" I was like, "What?" I was like, "What is that supposed to mean?" I was like, "I gotta remember that for the stream."
oh my gosh, the stuff that's being said. Oh my gosh. I can never ever live through this shit. But with that being said, see, Linda loves me. I defend you, Diane. You're outnumbered. I am outnumbered. Thank you, Linda. Okay, and I've said this like 1,000. We're going on almost 2 hours.
But they like us to be on here longer.
Well, we haven't really been on, so it's good. And
Yeah.
it's, I mean, we really needed this too because there was so much going on. And then you're welcome. That's mild compared to what I say sometimes. The kids, they do tell me that I have Tourette's.
She
so.
definitely does. Some form of it, because the dogs will act up and she'll say the most unkeen things possible towards them. Yeah.
I've heard some weird things come out of your mouth too, child.
No.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like a lot of stuff.
One example.
I'm not saying one example because I can't remember anything off right top of my head.
Well, then it doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Nope.
Yes, it does.
Nope.
Don't even go there, girlfriend. Yeah, we need to say goodnight, and we love you guys so much. You guys are just always an awesome bunch to be on here. We see Douglas probably had to take off because his boss would probably say, "Hey, what you listening to there, Douglas? You need to get back to work." So, but you guys are wonderful, and thank you so much for always coming on here and putting up with our craziness and our imbecilic ways and or all that crazy stuff. But like I said, we'll get in probably Thursday again? We don't know because they may be going to Gettysburg.
We should be. I think I'm almost positive that we're going to. He's saving money for us to go.
But I'll probably, wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Tomorrow, either me and Eric or Abby and Chase will be going over to the jail because there's tours. Thursday, me and Eric has a tour in the afternoon. So I can come on maybe Thursday night if she can't make it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well,
I'm
no,
gonna
because
make it.
that's mine and Abby's night.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it.
So
I won't even make a guess.
I mean, and I know I was invited to go with you guys, and I would love to go, but me and Eric has to go over and do that tour, and Abby won't have a way to go over if I don't take her, and your dad will be at work, so she wouldn't have a way to get over there. So I'm kind of my opportunity of a lifetime to get to Gettysburg.
It's not the only opportunity I'll ever have. So
Well, because I know I want to go,
well,
but
depending on how much we like it, if we have the money to go on just a random weekend where he doesn't have work or whatever, we'll
and
probably
then
go.
Friday night there's an overnight, and Saturday we're going to be busy all day. So I will be on in the next couple days, either by myself or with Abby. I know me and Abby probably on Thursday, but I will do that cage. Maybe I'll come on. What? 5:30? Yeah, maybe I'll try to come on tomorrow afternoon with that one. And because me and Eric doesn't have to be over there until, yeah, I'm the taxi. Me and Eric doesn't have to be over there, or unless Abby and Chase does it until 5:30, I think so. But with that being said, we've been on for 1 hour and 53 minutes and counting. So
Almost 2 hours.
yeah, you guys are awesome, and thanks for putting up with our craziness. With that being said, if there's no more questions and everything, let's say stay tuned, folks, and
Peace out.
love you guys. Bye.
The fingers aren't cooperating into this. I don't know what this means. Okay.
Okay, there we go. That's how we're going to sign off. I don't know what that means, but goodbye. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.